I'm not happy. Something's got to change, and change quick. It's got to change tonight. We've got to see a difference tonight for me to have any kind of faith in it. Don't forget, we've got Chelsea the weekend as well. Football Dad's Army Arsenal back in action tonight at the San Siro playing Inter Milan Champions League. I'm not very confident. I think this blip's going to continue. Even though there's a possibility that Martin Odegaard may be playing some kind of role in tonight's game. He's travelled with the squad to Italy. I am not confident in this game, though. As I said last night in the stream, I fancy us getting beaten 2-0 at the San Siro. Neither of us has conceded any goals in this Champions League so far, but I ain't confident. Going on the last performance against Newcastle, the previous Champions League performance against Shakhtar Donetsk, losing to Bournemouth as well. I mean, to me, it's a blip we're going through. You know, every team goes through it. Most teams go through it. And we did it last season. But a little bit further down the season last year, when it was December sort of time, Christmassy time, we had that blip when we lost to Fulham, West Ham. I can't remember the other teams. We had a really poor run of form. And then after Christmas, we went to Dubai, and then we come back and we went on an amazing run. And is this just a blip, or is this a permanent thing that's happening? Is it because Arteta's lost the squad? Has he lost the dressing room? Watching that Newcastle game, it looked to me like Arsenal, they wasn't playing for the manager. It was hard to watch. I was watching it, not one shot on target. There might have been one shot on target, but in the whole game, and we were supposed to be a dominant force this season, we started very, very poorly. I mean, I know we've had a couple of draws. We started the season with some tough games, you know, away to Villa, away to Spurs. We won both them games, and we had other tough games as well. Man City, we drew that game, which we should have really, you know, we could have won that game up, but obviously Trossard got sent off in that game. We wound up drawing it well deep into injury time. But you all know this story, in the Brighton game as well. We wound up drawing that because of Declan Rice getting sent off. We've had some really bad luck with red cards. Saliba getting sent off against Bournemouth, so we lost that game. Man City also going through a blip, so it's a little bit of a bonus because they lost at the Vitality as well. When they had 10 men, they didn't have a man sent off. And they also lost last night at Sporting Lisbon, 4-1. Victor Gyökeres, a player that I've been begging for us to sign. A lot of you disagree with me. Some of you agree with me. A lot of you disagree with me. Don't forget, he was at Brighton. Brighton sold him to Coventry for $1 million. And he didn't do too bad at Coventry. He had a loan spell at Swansea. And then he went to Sporting Lisbon last season and absolutely smashed it last year. I mean, I can't remember the exact... I have mentioned it on a few occasions. He scored like, I think it was 34 goals in 38 games. It was something like that. And he's scored... Now he's scored like about 20 goals in 11 games. Something like that this season. This season already. Played 11 or 12 games and scored like 20, 21 goals. Something like that. He's got assists as well. He's a player that everybody's going to be taking notice of now. Everybody. Haaland is going on an absolute blip. He's got 1 goal in 5 games or 2 goals in 5 games or something like that, which is not really his standard. I mean, the Premier Leagues, I think he went 3 Premier League games without scoring. He missed a penalty last night in the Champions League as well. So he's going through a little bit of a blip. Stay humble, though, Erling. Remember what he said to Arteta in that game? He drew 2-2 at the Etihad Stadium. He walks over to Arteta, excited to cause a little bit of a beef. It's all banter, I know. But it's got the fan bases, both fan bases got their backs up. He walks up to Arteta and said, stay humble. Which I think he was just taking a piss, really. But, you know, now what's happened to him since? He's had to stay humble now, hasn't he? Because he's missing penalties and he's not scoring in games like he should be, like he's used to, like the juggernaut that he is and Man City are. There might be something going on behind closed doors there at City. Look, I think something's going on behind closed doors with Arsenal. I don't think Arteta's got the... I think the players are losing respect for him. Maybe the younger players like Saka, etc., they might be still on board. But the older players, the squad don't look like it's... The squad don't look like it's... is it cohesive? Is that the word? They don't look together. They look like they're all over the place. They look all over the place. And it's showing on the pitch, but not only to people that know a lot about football, you know, like you got your pundits and your ex-players and your experts, but fans as well like me. I'm not like saying I'm no tactical genius or mastermind or anything like that. Or I'm not even saying that I could do better. But what I'm saying is, when fans who are not involved in football every day of their lives can notice things on the pitch like that, it's got to say something. It's got to say something. It's got to say, look, there's something wrong. There's something underlying not right. Something's definitely not working. And then we get the news the other day that Edu is leaving the club. Is there a rift? Screams to me there's been a little bit of a rift between Arteta and Edu. I might be wrong. I'm just speculating. But he's gone to another job. I did do a video saying you don't often hear managers or coaches or directors, etc., just leave the club like that. They've normally got another job lined up before they leave, but we didn't hear that. We do know now that he has had another club. He has resigned. This is why I thought he got sacked, because you all normally hear that you normally hear something that he's leaving to join somewhere else. We haven't heard nothing like that until the day he left. So it was all kept really quiet. That's us. That's why I believed that he'd been sacked. But no, it comes out now that he resigned to go and work for the owner of Nottingham Forest, who owns another 2 clubs, and there's another one in the pipeline apparently that he's going to the company's going to take over, and he's going to be the CEO of the sporting director, CEO, or whatever it is, of the whole lot. So he's going to be in charge of everything. Not only Nottingham Forest, he's going to be in charge of the other clubs involved in that as well. So is this the end? Is the process finally spent? Trust the process, but the process is broken. Who's going to overtake Edu? People were saying Arteta could pick his own boss. Because I've never heard anything so ridiculous all my life. Now listen, Arteta is now the manager, like the Ferguson, like the Wenger. He's not only that he first come on as the head coach, but now he's a manager, so he's going to have a lot more say in what's going on at the club. To those of us who want Arteta out, it's not happening. We're stuck with him. We are stuck with him. He signed a new 3-year deal. We're stuck with him. Unless anything can completely capitulate, unless something goes disastrously wrong, like finishing, I think they're going to be happy with top 4, but finishing outside the top 4, going out early in all the cups, unless a massive disaster happens, I think we're going to be stuck with Arteta for the foreseeable future. Do I want Arteta out? Yes, I think I do. I think I've seen enough. of him. I'm not happy. Something's got to change, and change quick. It's got to change tonight. We've got to see a difference tonight for me to have any kind of faith in it. Don't forget, we've got Chelsea the weekend as well. And that is going to be a tough game on its own. And it's away. We're at the Bridge. So it'll be a 3rd away game in a row. And then we've got the international break. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Are we going to beat Inter Milan? Are we going to beat Chelsea? I can't see us being either. I can see us losing tonight 2-0. And then the weekend, I ain't going to make a decision on that yet. I'll talk about that on the podcast on Thursday with McManus and Anthony. So we'll talk about that. We'll do our score predictions for the weekend on that show, 7:30 Thursday night, the Final Score podcast. Anyway, that's enough for this video, and I'll see you there.